Appendix 1 of the Yusuf Ali translation involves the abbreviated letters al, muqat, ta'at. Certain suwar have certain initials prefixed to them, which are called the abbreviated letters. Separated letters is probably maybe a better way to say that, but a number of conjectures have been made as to their meaning. Opinions are divided as to the exact meaning of each particular letter or combination of letters, and it is agreed that only Allah knows their exact meaning. Their presence is not inconsistent with the character of the Quran as a plain book. The book of nature is also a plain book, but how few can fully understand it. Everyone can get out of the Quran plain guidance for his life according to his capacity for spiritual understanding. As his capacity grows, so too will his understanding grow. The whole book is a record for all time. It must necessarily contain truths that only gradually unfold themselves to humanity. This is not a mystery of the same class as mysteries by which we are asked to believe against the dictates of reason. If we are asked to believe that 1 is 3 and 3 is 1, we can give no intelligible meaning to the words. If we are asked to believe that certain initials have a meaning which will be understood in the fullness of time, are of spiritual development, we are asked to draw upon faith, but we are not asked to do any violence to our reason. I shall try to discuss some of the probable meanings of any particular letters or set of abbreviated letters. On the first occasion on which it appears in the Quran, but it may be desirable here to take a general view of the facts of their occurrence to help us in appreciating the various views which are held about them. There are 29 letters of the Arabic alphabet, counting Hamza and Aleph. That's 2 letters. And there are 29 suwar, which have abbreviated letters prefixed to them. One of these suwar has 2 sets of abbreviated letters. Thus, 29 or 30 days kind of sounds like the lunar month, right? But we need not count this surah twice. If we take the half of the alphabet omitting the fraction, we get 14. And this is the number of letters which actually occur in the muqadda'at. The 14 letters which occur in various combinations are alif, ha, ra, sin, sad, ta, ain, qaf, kaf, lam, mim, nun, ha, ya. The science of phonetics tells us that our vocal sounds arise from the expulsion of the air from the lungs, and the sounds are determined by the way in which the breath passes through the various organs of speech. For example, the throat, the guttural, are the various positions of the tongue to the middle or front of the palate, or to the teeth, or to the play of the lips. Every one of these kinds of sounds is represented in these letters. Now let us examine the combinations. 3 of these letters occur alone, prefixed only to 1 surah apiece. The letters in surahs are 38, Sad, 50, Qaf, 68, Nun. The combinations of 2 letters occur in 10 suwar, as shown below. 3 of them occur once each, but the 4th, Ha Mim occurs in 7 consecutive suwar. Surah 20 starts with Ka Ha. 27, Ka Sin. 36, Yasin. Surah 40 to 46, Ha Mim is how each opens. Note that 42 has a double combination of abbreviated letters, one of the two followed by one of three. See under combinations of 5. There are 3 combinations of 3 letters each, occurring as follows in 13 suwar. Surah 2, 3, 29, 30, 31, and 32 all start with Aleph, Lam, Mim. Surah 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15 start with Aleph, Lam, Ra. Surah 26 and 28 start with Ka, Sin, Mim. Combinations of 4 letters occur twice, each only once. Surah 7 starts with Aleph, Lam, Mim, Sad. Surah 13 starts with Aleph, Lam, Mim, Ra. Finally, 3 remain, the combinations of 5 letters, which occurs only once, as follows. Surah 19, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. Surah 42 starts with Ha, Mim, Ain, Sin, Qaf. In Surah 42, the Ha, Mim, and Ain, Sin, Qaf are put in separate verses. From that point of view, they may be considered 2 separate combinations. The first combination has already been listed under the group of 2-letter combinations. The arithmetical analysis brings certain facts into prominence. I do not know how far they have a bearing on the inner meaning of the they really should have the Arabic here for that one, but the combination, M-U-Q-A, so Mukta, T with the dot, so ka, but the mark and the at. So, yeah. The combination of the abbreviated letters run in a series of consecutive suwar is noticeable. For example, Ha Mim occurs in 7 consecutive suwar from 40 to 46. The combination of Aleph, Lam, Ra occurs in 6 consecutive suwar, 10 to 15. But in one of them, Surah 13, is modified to Aleph, Lam, Mim, Ra. Connecting with it, the Aleph, Lam, Mim series. The Aleph, Lam, Mim series covers 6 suwar. It begins with Surah 2 and Surah 3, which are practically at the beginning of Al-Quran, and ends with the 4 consecutive suwar, 29 to 32. I call Surah 2 and 3 practically the beginning of the Quran because Surah 1 is considered a general introduction to the Quran, and the first Sipara are Jews, commonly known as Aleph, Lam, Mim, the first verse of Surah 2. The combination Ta, Sin, Mim is prefixed to Suratain 26 and 28, but the intervening Surah 27 has the combination Ka, Sin, which may be considered a syncopated form, are the 3-letter combinations Ka, Sin, Mim. may be considered an extended form of ka sin. Again, the question arises, does the meme and alif lam meme and ha meme, ka sin meme stand for the same significance, or does it mean a different thing in each case? We may generalize and say that there are 3 series of 6 and 1 series of 3, and the others occur all singularly. We should logically look for a common factor in the suar bearing the same initials, and this factor should be different for suar bearing other initials. In all cases where the abbreviated letters occur, there is some mention of the Quran or the book. The Itqan makes an exception in the case of 3 suwar, Al-Ankabut, Surah 29, Al-Rum, Surah 30, and Noon, Surah 68, but a close perusal will show that these suwar are no exceptions. In 29:27, we have a reference to the book remaining in the family of Abraham. And later on, we have a whole section devoted to the book, the special reference to the continuity of revelation in the previous books in the Quran, 29:45-51. In 30:58, there's an express mention of the Quran, and the whole argument of the surah, not the plural, the singular, leads up to the intimate relation between the laws, signs, and nature, 30:20-27, and his revelation in the Quran, Surah 48:52. In the first verse begins the theme from the pen, as the instrument of writing exhorts Mustafa to stand forth boldly to proclaim the message, and ends in 68:52 with the declaration that it is a message for all the worlds. There are general considerations which I have thought it most convenient to present in the form of an appendix. And some have looked at number values. Now, some Jews came to Prophet Muhammad and tried to predict the final judgment by, Alif Lam Mim, your guys are going to only live for this long, and but that turned out not to be, he said that wasn't it. And they kept adding and adding, we also have this and this and this. So by their own logic, they were undone there. But it's not saying that you can predict the end of times. I don't remember, another 100-something years, I think, was what somebody in the 90s or 80s or something like that came forward and said, oh, see? But they completely missed the purpose of the narration. That, never did Muhammad say that this is how you predict the end times. You can say a certain number of multiplications, a certain factor. If you take these letters that are the prefixed separated letters, and you say that they're a multiple of such and such, and they're all a multiple of such and such in every single chapter, that, wherever they precede it, you'll find that a multiple of that number within of those letters. Well, it still leaves a mystery to the meaning, regardless of its linguistic or number effect. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.